What up, what up? This is Guard Boy 14. I'm at work right now. Bored as hell. Yeah, I guess you know it's like damn. He always doing videos, he's always at work. Well, it's all sorely Sarah Hay. Security guard doing his thing. But anyway, um, yeah, that's one of the topics we'll talk about today while we're on here. So, I know it's a lot of people wondering what is so good and so bad being a security officer or a security guard, whatever you want to call it. I'm here to tell you today pros and cons about being a security guard at a hospital, which I'm at now. I work at a hospital, security officer. I won't tell you the pros and cons about it. First one is number one. So I'm gonna start off with pro first, and then I'm gonna go to cons. Pro number one, it's a lot to learn. It's a lot to learn, and when you do your foot patrols throughout the hospital, you're not only looking at nooks and crannies and all that stuff. You basically getting to know the hospital. Depends on how big a hospital is. Like the hospital I'm at right now is not that big, but it's a lot of learning. The hospital I worked in beforehand was big. It was 6 floors up, and then you got to learn everything. But every day is a learning experience. You know what I mean? It's a learning experience. You got to learn how you do patrols, what to look out for, and all that stuff. Pro number two. Pro number two is that if any guys is on here, I mean, of course, I'm engaged, but let's be honest, we gonna look. You know what I mean? We're gonna do anything, but we're gonna look. There's a lot of fine ass women work in the hospital. A lot of them. A lot of them. There's a lot of them. And and I mean, I wouldn't recommend trying to date none of them if you're single. But if you do, be careful. But there's a lot of fine ones. I'm not gonna lie. But like I just being honest. Hey, my girl knows I'm not gonna go do nothing. Which I'm not. I'm not gonna do nothing like that for one. But I'm just being honest. Pro number two. The hospital staff, they didn't know you cool with them, they will feed you. They always have a potluck in the ER, in the emergency department or emergency room. They will feed the hell out of you, which falls into con number, falls into the con, really. But that's a pro. So basically, if you come into work, if you got your lunch, don't worry about it. If you're a security officer, hey, if you work in nursing, doctor, heck, a housekeeper, they will feed you. You want to make sure you're fed, which I say it'll fall to one of the cons, but that's also one of the pros too. Pro number, what's it for? Yeah, pro number four. You get to know people. You interact with people every day, no matter what shift you work on, whether it's nighttime, night shift, or morning shift. You always interact with people, including patients, including visitors, staff, other security officers. If you got a security officer with you as a partner, you always interact with them. So you're not alone. You know what I mean? They'll talk with you, try to get to know you, see how you are and everything. You talk to them, get to know them. Now I ain't no relationships aspect, but as a person, now as a person, and see they can okay, you cool guy, all right, you a cool woman or a cool person, whatever. That's a good another pro. So you build that relationship with them, work relationship, as you're cool. Pro number five: there's never a dull day. There's never always a dull day at a hospital security. Now, in a hospital now, Majority of times at night, especially at night, depends on where you are. Depends on where you are in the world. It all depends on the hospital, and it all depends on the location of the hospital is. Like, you might work in a hospital that just has to sit the 2 cities for that one hospital. 9 times out of 10, it's gonna be busy as hell. Not always, but it's gonna be. If you have one hospital that's got just that one hospital for that one part of the city, one part of the city, not always free be busy, but basically it can go either way. It all depends on the situation, what's going on outside of the hospital. So it's basically another dull moment. You might have one moment, one day you might come in and maybe all nothing going on, and you might come in one day and this whole shenanigans going on, or you might one day come in a shift, it might be nothing going on for like an hour, a couple of hours, things like that, and then something pops off. It's always that. It's always one of those jobs. It's one of those jobs here at hospital security that you gotta be on your toes, but don't always have to be on your toes. You know what I'm saying? So I think I got all the pros out of the way. Yeah, and not many pros to talk about. Now let's get to the cons. Now, not every hospital requires this for security for hospitals, but some do. One of them does. This one does. Con number one, you may have to move. You most likely have to move, store, transport. Basically move, store, and release. We call here Signal 7s, aka dead bodies. They may already be bagged up, but sometimes you might have to move them to the morgue, aka the blue room, but you call it the morgue. It sounds that's a con thing, but it is what it is, part of the job. But a lot of people don't like it, and this is a good educational tool for people who wants to work in the hospital security. Just let you know what you get yourself into. Okay. Con number 2, which falls on to the pro I told you about the food, is they'll feed you the hell a lot. So if you are into fitness, health, healthy stuff, all that stuff, try to stay healthy and all that stuff, be careful what you eat. But because the stuff they make here or bring here for a potluck make you want to be a fat kid. Like they bring in pizza, or sometimes like last week during 4th of July we had a big old taco nacho extravaganza kind of thing, and it's everywhere in a hospital. You're gonna be eating. Con number 3, you're gonna deal with some difficult patients. And what I mean by difficult patients, you got the ones that try to pay a con to the system, trying to get yourself Baker Acted, which is here in Florida, where Baker Act is when, if a doctor or sheriff or judge was to deem a person not safe for themselves and others, they get Baker Acted, which is a 72-hour hold, psychiatric hold. So make sure they, think that it's not medical or it's not whatever. So basically make sure to help them. And the majority of them will realize what's going on. They'll flip out. Sometimes get physical. They mostly get verbal, curse you out and all that stuff. But most of the time they'll try to get physical. So con number 4. Everybody knows that there's a lot of, I'd say, medical, law enforcement, military, fire department is a lot of job political stuff going on. There's a lot of job political stuff. So you're going to have that. Just try to avoid it. If you can't avoid it, don't let it get to you. So it's going to be some job political stuff in the hospital. You can't avoid it, but you're going to see it. You're going to hear it. All right. Con number 5. Anything you say, anything you do in the hospital, not if one person knows about it, everybody gonna know about it. Unless they cool with you. They cool with you, they probably won't, a lot of people probably won't know. But if you ain't cool with somebody, if one person knows, the whole entire hospital will know something about you. Like you're a lazy officer, or you're a lazy freaking person, or you just mean and all that stuff. That will go throughout the whole hospital. That word will go around the hospital faster than anything. Just as much as a code or anything comes on the intercom, everybody hears it. That's how fast word goes around about you. If you don't live up to the standard of being a good officer, good person, and all that stuff. Con number 6. Now I think this is one of the worst, again, this is one of the things that now thinking about it now. This is one of the cons that ties into the part that is defined as women here. But the con number 6 is this: some people which, let's be honest, you can't stop somebody having feelings for each other. You can't stop for anybody won't like each other, which is fine. But it's difficult if they bring that to work, or they doing like favoritism thing, because this officer is dating this nurse, or this nurse dating this officer, or this nurse dealing with this nurse, or this doctor. You know what I mean? Favoritism, and if there's any problems in a relationship, it can spew out throughout the whole job. It's about the hospital, it's about anything, and everybody will know about it, including the bigwigs, which will eventually, if it didn't get the bigwigs, it'll eventually get to bigwigs if they don't put stop to it. And that's why I say I don't recommend people dating in the same job periodly, but at the same time, you can't stop nobody from wanting to date each other, because they're grown. Love is love, and I believe love can happen like that here. Yeah, it can, but some people don't know how to take themselves out, the relationship out of the equation while at work. We at work, we out there, and y'all want to hang out and do whatever, go ahead. You off work, as long as you don't bring it into work. And if you're going to bring it to work, like lovey-dovey stuff, do it secretly. But highly recommend, don't bring it to work. Because you're going to date, you're going to see somebody, whatever, just don't let it override what you're really there for, which is to work. Do your duties. So, but yeah, hospital security is good though. I mean, I know there's a lot of cons there, but overall, hospital job's not bad. You just gotta know your P's and Q's. You gotta know your policy procedures. You gotta know your regulations. And I will make another video probably after this one, explaining the pros and cons of correctional officers. And I bet you, if I say the pros and cons of correctional officers and stuff, it'd be a lot. If anybody watching the video for correctional officers, anybody works in that field, after I make that video, because this video here is for the hospital security, pros and cons about that. So I think it's my hairs. Anyway, yeah, I'll definitely do a video about that, and I bet you a lot of them probably some would disagree, but a lot of them will say yep. And I bet you people will go watch this video about the hospital security. And it's not just about hospital security either. That's for people who works in the hospital. I can't even talk. Hospital, period. Who works in a hospital, period. They'll tell you how it really goes down. But overall, working in a hospital is not bad at all. It's a good experience to learn how the hospital operation works. That way you can better understand it. Plus, you can help people to understand it too. Because people who never worked in the hospital, whether it's nursing, security, anything, some don't know. Some don't know behind the scenes what's going on. Like a lot of people get frustrated about, I wait too dang long to get seen by a doctor in the ER, but here it is. They trying to save somebody's life inside the ER. Somebody got code blue, which is cardiac arrest. I mean, they stop breathing. Or you might get somebody come in hurt, messed up, worse than that person. They go by priorities. They go by prioritizing the patients to make sure the person gets in and all that stuff. But that's neither here nor there, you know. Because I don't know, but I'm a security guard at a hospital. But anyway, y'all, make sure to like, subscribe this video. If you agree with stuff I say, comment, subscribe, like this video. And if you disagree, go ahead, you know, give me a comment. You know, this is my channel is more based on. It's not based on. If you got something to say, whether it's positive or negative, that's life. Say what you gotta say. I'm come up in the age. I'm part of the era. I rose up in the era where, like, what you gotta say it. Cause what you say or do don't make me shit. Don't make me freaking dang on trip out. Cause guess what? I see it. You might disagree with some things. You might agree on things. That's your opinion. That's your opinion. Everybody's tired of opinions. Everybody's tired of opinions. And if it's stupid, it's just stupid. Cause it's that one element called you can't fix stupid. So comment down below if I'm right or wrong with some things. If you like this video, want more content about this stuff, like my video, subscribe. I'm trying to get big in this YouTube thing, man. I'm not trying to get big, but try to get something on in social media world. If it doesn't work out, it doesn't work out. I know I say that all the time on a video, but man, I see YouTube going on and everything. I was like, man, at least try to get like a, you know, I could say I got 100 subscribers. Say I got 1,000 subscribers. Say I got, you know what I mean, or 100 something likes on a video. You know, I would love to say that. I would say, oh wow, my YouTube is blowing up. I'm gonna keep going. And if it don't, it is what it is. I'm gonna keep doing videos anyway. I'm bored, so. But anyway, this is Guard Boy. Stay tuned. I'm gonna do a pros and cons video on corrections. And I know that very well more than I do hospitals. I mean, hospital I worked in for a year, but I worked in corrections for 3 years. And I know some pros and cons in that aspect, in that field. And let me tell you something right now. It goes down. But anyway, guys, you have a good day. It is now Saturday here at the Sunshine State of Florida. And I'll see you in the next video. Peace.